Hello everyone. Welcome back to Jikook Magic. The BTS trailer has finally been released, and strangely, because it's so short, the teaser feels much deeper than it should. Just a few seconds, yet enough to raise one big question. What are they really hiding? A woman, a museum, and a mysterious ship named Arirang. Everything looks calm on the surface, but the more you pay attention, the more it feels like this is far from an ordinary teaser. And what makes it even more intriguing, behind the return of 7 iconic names, there's one dynamic that once again steals the spotlight. Jimin and Jungkook. Is all of this just a coincidence? Or is it part of a bigger story they are slowly building, quietly, yet full of meaning? The BTS trailer has finally been released, the first official teaser for one of their songs. Despite its very short duration, that's exactly where its strength lies. In just a matter of seconds, it leaves behind countless questions and an undeniable sense of curiosity. One detail that immediately captures attention is the figure of a woman standing still inside a museum, gazing meaningfully at a ship. That ship is not just a visual element. It is located in the Maritime Museum of Portugal, a subtle yet clear hint that their journey did take them to Portugal back in February. Is this just a simple teaser, or the beginning of a grand story they've been preparing for a long time? What makes it even more compelling is that behind those brief visuals lie many clues about their journey and about the return of the 7 irreplaceable names: RM, Jin, Suga, J-Hope, Jimin, V, and Jungkook. And of course, the dynamic that always draws attention, Jimin and Jungkook. In this video, we'll dive into the hidden details, the meaning behind the trailer, and the major clues leading to their comeback. Make sure to watch until the end, because there might be something you've missed all along. Every small detail in this trailer feels like a piece of a puzzle. Nothing is explained directly, yet it's enough to signal that every scene is carefully crafted. Nothing is accidental, everything has meaning. On the other hand, preparations for their live concert also seem to be nearing completion. The grand stage, increasingly refined lighting, and the slowly built atmosphere all give the impression that something big is truly about to happen. The excitement feels very real, especially since the concert will be broadcast live. After spending so long on their individual paths, they are finally returning, not just as individuals but as a complete unit. Many are waiting for certain moments, especially interactions between Jimin and Jungkook, which always become the center of attention. But above all, there is one undeniable truth. When all 7 members stand together, they create something far beyond just a music group. There is an energy that cannot be replicated or replaced. This comeback feels like more than just a return. It has the potential to become legendary. Adding to that, the documentary teaser scheduled for release on March 27th further strengthens that impression. This isn't just about new music or new performances. It feels like the climax of a long journey that has quietly unfolded over the years. Years filled with hard work, pauses, changes, and self-discovery that are now finally converging. In the trailer snippets, we catch glimpses of their laughter in the studio, recording sessions, and simple, deeply human moments. But what stands out the most isn't the visuals. It's the emotion flowing beneath them. There's a sense of coming home, a sense of relief, a warmth from a reunion that may have been long awaited, not only by fans, but by them as well. From the very beginning, it feels different. This is not just nostalgia trying to recreate the past, but a more mature, deeper, and more honest version of themselves. All the experiences they went through separately are now coming together to create new meaning. When Jimin said that this is a time for change, the words felt simple yet meaningful. Meanwhile, Jungkook expressed that everything feels like a dream, a sincere reflection of an extraordinary journey. Then RM, with his signature depth, reminded everyone that they are still just boys from a village in Korea, now carrying a great crown. He spoke about time, change, and how half of his life has been spent with the members. A statement that goes beyond professionalism. This is about a real bond. How relieving it is that we are 7. How relieving it is that we are together. The sentence is simple, yet filled with emotion. After all the distance and time, they are still 7. Still whole. Then comes a calm yet powerful visual, 7 figures standing on a sailing ship named Arirang, facing forward in elegant black outfits. No excessive gestures, just a quiet presence that radiates immense strength. Arirang becomes a metaphor for their journey, about humble beginnings, unseen struggles, and dreams that now go far beyond what they once imagined. They are not just sailing, they are stepping into a new chapter. Amid all of this, attention once again turns to one dynamic that always fascinates: Jimin and Jungkook. There's something about their bond that's hard to explain. It's not loud or obvious, but it lives in the small details. The way they look at each other, how they unconsciously stand closer, and how they always find their way back to one another. It all feels natural. This bond isn't about grand moments on stage, but about consistency, about how they continue choosing to stay on the same side, no matter the situation. But behind these moments, one question arises that sparks curiosity among many fans. Are Jimin and Jungkook intentionally being separated by staff? This question isn't without reason. In several official videos and photos, the two are often seen positioned far apart. Not just once or twice, but repeatedly, almost forming a pattern. For some, this might just be normal technical arrangement. But for fans who have long followed their dynamic, this detail feels different. As if something doesn't quite align with the natural closeness they've always shown. And then a deeper question emerges. Is this really just a coincidence? Or part of a bigger narrative? What if this is just a small piece of a story they are building? A narrative slowly shaped through symbols, distance, and moments that seem accidental. Because if we look at their journey in BTS, the bond between Jimin and Jungkook is not something easily shaken by physical distance. They may not always stand side by side in every frame, but the way they seek each other, understand each other, and care for one another is not something that can be fabricated. And perhaps that's where the answer lies. That whatever appears on the surface, distance, positioning, or arrangements, doesn't truly reflect what exists between them. Because in the end, one thing remains unchanged. Jikook is not just a moment, not just a coincidence. They are two people with a bond that feels real, strong, deep, and seemingly inseparable. So after seeing all these details, what do you think? Is the distance between Jimin and Jungkook really just a coincidence? Or is it a subtle clue to something bigger that we don't fully understand yet? Because one thing is certain, behind all the symbols, theories, and hidden fragments of this story, their bond still feels real. If you feel the same way, don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video, because this story, it feels like it's only just begun.